Assalamualaikum and hi guys, how are you guys doing? Hoping a ping of health for you guys. So today we will continue our presentation with a topic of effective management of curriculum. What did you guys think when curriculum came across to your mind? Perhaps it is related to activities, academic maybe, or school. So here we are to clarify the things up for you guys regarding the topic given. So basically, curriculum is a standards-based sequence of planned experiences where students practice and achieve proficiency in content and applied learning skills. Curriculum is a central guide for all educators as to what is essential for teaching and learning, so that every student has access to a thorough academic experiences. The structures, organizations, and considerations in a curriculum are created in order to enhance student learning and facilitate instructions. Curriculum must include the necessary goals, where it is usually in the form of a scope and sequence of skills needed. Next, methods must be included in curriculum, as methods are instructional decisions, approaches, procedures, and routines that teachers use to engage all students in meaningful learning and being adjusted based on ongoing review of students' progress towards achieving the goals. So as in a short, curriculum is a plan well studies that teachers prepare for their students meeting certain goals using various types of ways to deliver it. Okay, don't you guys confuse with co-curriculum? Okay, co-curriculum refers to activities, programs, and learning experiences that complement to what students are learning in school. So it is typically defined by their separation from curriculum courses, as it is ungraded and not related to academic credit, where it usually takes place outside of the classroom and after the regular school hours. Generally speaking, co-curriculum activities are an extension of the formal learning experiences in the curriculum. But there is extracurricular term where it is not connected to academic learning. Getting a bit confused? Okay, let me give you guys an example. Athletics are extracurricular activities, but science fair is co-curriculum activities. This is due to science fair may be graded on their entries and athletics need to win to get the medal. But it differs according to the schools. There are schools that are vice versa to what I have explained before.
Hi everyone, my name is Nur Bazli bin Muhammad Sazanuddin, so you guys can call me Bazli. So today I would like to share about the policy for the implementation of co-curricular activities. Basically, co-curricular activity means any planned activity from the teaching and learning process outside the classroom that gives students the opportunity to add to reinforce and practice the skills and values learned in the classroom. In co-curricular activities in government and government-aided schools will include the following. Number 1, participation in sports and game. Number 2, participation in associations and clubs. Number 3, participation in a uniform team. And the last one is other activities as determined by the Ministry of Education. Okay, Basically, in the policy for the implementation of co-curricular activities, there are 5 main policy that implement in this policy, but I will just tell you 3 main policy that regarding to the teacher's perspective. The first one is main policy number 1, which is co-curricular activities are part of the national curriculum. So, when you refer to the Section 18 in Education Act 1996, Act 550, so the national curriculum is an educational program that includes curriculum and co-curricular activities that cover all knowledge, skills, norms, values, cultural elements and beliefs to help students' development fully in terms of physical, spiritual, mental and emotional, as well as to instill and enhance value, desire morals and to impart knowledge. In the sub-regulation 3(1) of the Educational National Curriculum Regulation 1997 that published as PU A531/97, implementing of co-curriculum in school is compulsory, and the failure and refusal to carry out co-curricular activities is an offence which, if convicted, can be punishable by a fine or imprisonment or even both at once under general penalty. On the Section 135 of the Education Act 1996, general penalties number 1 is a person who commits an offence under Act 550 for which no penalty is expressly provided shall on conviction be liable to a fine not exceeding 5,000 ringgit or to imprison for a term not exceeding 6 months or to both. The second one is general penalties in Educational Act 1996. A person who commits an offence under Act 550 may, in the case of a continuing offence on conviction, be liable to a daily fine not exceeding 500 ringgit in addition to any other penalty which may be imposed on him under Act 550 is in respect of the offence for every day the offence continues to be committed. The second one is main policy 3, which is participation of all teachers is compulsory. On this policy, the participation of all teachers as civil servants or servants in managing, supervising and organising co-curricular activities in the school is mandatory. The second one is the participation of all teachers is required to ensure the effectiveness of the implementation of co-curricular work in schools. The third one is every teacher in the school shall, in writing, be given specific, detailed and quantitative duties and responsibility in the co-curricular area of the school as they do in the curricular area. And the last one is refusal of teachers to perform the duties and responsibilities that have been assigned is an offence in terms of service requirements or compliance and accountability of civil servants or the morals and authority of teachers who may be subjected to disciplinary action in accordance with the General Order of Public Officers. And the last policy that regarding to the teacher's perspective is main policy number 4, which is implementation of co-curricular activities. Co-curricular activities implemented in schools should be any activities planned as an extension of the teaching and learning process in the classroom that gives students the opportunity to add, strengthen and practice knowledge, skills and values learned in the classroom. The second one is each co-curricular activities implemented must be planned with the intention of having goals, objective, implementation methods and curricular activities as well as pragmatic and progressive evaluation scheme. And the last one is each co-curricular activity implemented must contain elements of new knowledge, experience and skill as well as noble values that help develop students' intellectual, physical, emotional, and spiritual balance. So I think that's all from me. We will go to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, I will continue with the requirement of effective co-curriculum teacher. There are 4 requirements which a co-curriculum teacher should have a knowledge about 3 domains of learning, knowing the strategies for developing psychomotor skills, have knowledge in co-curricular activities, and has knowledge on how to evaluate the achievement in co-curricular activity. Let's go deeper one by one. For the first requirement, a co-curriculum teacher must have knowledge about 3 domains of learning. It is important for a teacher to ensure that the 3 domains of learning, which include cognitive, affective, and psychomotor, to be achieved. The cognitive domain involves knowledge and the development of intellectual skills. The affective domain involves our feelings, emotions, and attitudes. While for psychomotor domains refer to the use of basic motor skills, coordination, and physical movement. It is imperative to understand that there are different categories of learners who have varying needs, and as such different methods must be adopted in the planning and delivery of lessons to ensure that such needs are addressed. Learning is an integral part of every individual's life. It is very key to growth and development, and hence require the need for both students and teachers to be committed to the process. With the continually increasing need to ensure that students are taught with varying strategies and techniques, it is important for teachers to adopt a teaching strategy that combines various domains of learning to enable teaching and learning to be considered as effective. For the second requirement is co-curriculum teacher must know the strategy for developing psychomotor skills. Basically, psychomotor learning is demonstrated by physical skills such as movement, coordination, manipulation, and so on, while psychomotor skills are skills where movement and thinking are combined. This includes things like balance and coordination. To teaching psychomotor skills involve a number of phases, including motivating students, demonstrating the skills, furnishing student practice, and providing appropriate feedback on performance. Interestingly, years ago, Lancelot 1944 recommended a systematic teaching strategy for manipulative skill development that encompassed all of these major phases, which have been more recently supported through empirical research. His steps include: first, teacher can create interest through the use of questioning and discussion of a puzzling problem of aspect of the skill to be developed. Second, teacher can ask students to describe the appropriate step in performing the skills. Third, teacher can provide a demonstration of the skills, involving student mentally and physically throughout the demonstration will increase its effectiveness. Steps to be performed should be demonstrated in proper sequence and explained simultaneously. Fourth, have students practice the skill. Upon completion, please do finish product before student and ask which is better and why. Lead the group in the development of acceptable standard by which future performance should be judged. And the last step, which is provide alternating session of practice and evaluation until the desired ability level is reached. By proceeding with all these steps, students are motivated to perform skills since the demonstration provided can be imitated by students, which will give them more confidence to develop their skills. Third requirement is teacher must have knowledge in co-curricular activities at school. Teachers should know on how to handling and managing the co-curricular activities. According to Fang and Ni 2013, teachers reveal that they have general knowledge in theory to manage co-curricular activities. Teachers also express their needs toward training and also show interest in upgrading their skills and knowledge in the co-curricular activities. In addition, the teachers also show that they have the knowledge to plan the activities ahead for the students. The teacher's knowledge reflects that the teachers support the co-curricular program at schools. Basically, this finding is in line with Williams 2002, view that participating in co-curricular activities enrich students' campus life and their involvement enhance the holistic development among the students in the campus. Indirectly, the teacher in the study have the awareness that they need to carry out the co-curricular activities with dedication and commitment. Besides that, they also have demonstrated the interest toward the activity to inspire students' participation. Even though the job of a teacher is challenging, but teachers are the main motivator to ensure the program of co-curricular at school. Delegation of responsibility is an important key in the guidance of any extracurricular activity. Guidance implies helping students over the hard parts by advising them on what to do and showing them how to do it. And for the last requirement of co-curriculum teacher is teacher should have knowledge on how to measure and evaluate the achievement in co-curricular activity. Marks offer a way of satisfying the urge to excel and considered to be extremely important to many teachers. Marks represent an evaluation of a student's success in school. This is the school's way of letting the student and the parents know how the student is progressing in school. The marking policy can serve a student, parents, and teacher as a guide for future development and action. The marking system should be one that student, parents, and teacher can easily understand. A reliable marking system can assist the teacher in stimulating achievement, preventing failure, rewarding outstanding performance, and for evaluating teacher performance. Teachers should establish a marking system which reflects awareness of the best grading principle and represent a wide selection of determining basic factors. Marks should never be permitted to become the all-important goal, and teacher cannot expect a marking system to overcome uninspired teaching. The mark should reflect the worth of the person to whom it is assigned.
Hello everyone, my name is Ahmad Umar Abu Bakr bin Zulkarnain, and now we are moving on to the second factor that gives an effective management of co-curriculum in schools. So the factor is standards and regulations from the school boards. Now we have 3 points here. The first one is key performance indicator. The second one is involvement from the outside agency. And the third one is definite standards and regulations. Now we are moving on to the first point. So key performance indicator, also known as KPI, should be implemented by the school boards to both students and teachers. The key performance indicator will act as guidelines and reference to achieve the standards and objective that the school is aiming. So the students and teachers will have a proper understanding and a proper vision about the school standards and school achievement that the school wants to achieve. Also act as a motivation and boost students to achieve the achievement progress. This will help the teachers to have a proper understanding on how to create a program and activities and how to manage the students that suits with the school standards. Now, moving on to the second point. Involvement from the outside agency. The school boards should make a compulsory implementation for teachers to get involved with the outside agency. With the involvement from the outside agency that are more exposed to the real life situation, they can provide a knowledge and experience exchange between the outside agency and the teachers in school. That will help the teachers in order to manage their activities, organization, and other things that are related to curriculum from the board to the teachers and to the students. Besides, it also helps for the teachers to give a better exposure for the students. Now, moving on to the third point, definite standards and regulations. Standards and regulations that are made by the school board should be firm and do not regularly change, because the standards and regulations will act as a reference for teachers and the students. Besides, it also can reduce confusion for the teachers and the students in the future that will follow the guideline from the past organizations or managements that are left by the teachers and the students. Other than that, it also provides students, teachers, and school boards with a proper guideline in management. So this can help in reducing the confusion and give a better, effective, and a more proper management for the teachers, the school boards, and for the students. That's all for my part. Now we are moving on to the next presenters.
Hello everyone, I am Wani and I'm going to explain to you about the importance of effective management in co-curriculum. Okay, according to Azam, Muhammad, Beckstein and Azura 2020, there are three importance of effective management of co-curriculum, which are to work more efficiently in managing co-curriculum. The next one is to identify problems easily and make improvement to existing systems. And the last one is to attract students' participation in co-curricular activities. So, let us go through one by one. First, it is important to have effective management as we need to work more efficiently in managing co-curriculum. Common to say that in any management there is a leader. In this case, the leader for co-curriculum management is Deputy Principal of Co-curriculum in school. Co-curriculum managers who understand the implementation of co-curriculum management in schools can carry out their duties more efficiently. This happens as when implementing co-curriculum management, co-curricular planning is necessary. Doing a planning creates a more efficient work in management, or else the management will be messy because there is no planning ahead. Other than that, implementing co-curricular management requires a person who can be referred to carry out co-curricular programs and activities. Co-curricular manager also can help teachers perform their duties in managing co-curriculum in an orderly and effective manner. The co-curricular manager also can set an example to subordinates by working with teachers to lead and help them. As a leader, you need to be a diligent person and always provide motivation and support to students and teachers. Next, to identify problems easily and make improvements to existing system. Co-curricular managers can evaluate the practices implemented and further. According to Azam 2020, one respondent explained that the co-curriculum coordinator always make observations when the advisory teacher was conducting their co-curriculum activities. The co-curriculum coordinator also monitored teachers' attendance using a book which teacher needed to fill out before conducting activities with their students. The purpose of monitoring is also for improvement of future activities. Therefore, co-curricular managers can develop co-curricular management in schools and make improvement to existing system to be a better management. Good co-curricular management in school will let the school to fly higher in any competition involving co-curriculum activities. Lastly, to attract students' participation in co-curriculum activities. Effective management of co-curriculum in school also affect the students' performance in the activities. Advisory teacher needs appropriate training. What exactly mean by appropriate training? If you remember back during your school days, there are some teachers have attended the training for co-curriculum activities such as pengangkap for uniform bodies, hockey for sports, and dancing for club. Actually, staff training was implemented in schools such as in service training and co-curricular management courses, obtaining training through external parties which is outside uniform units. Other than that, teachers often take the opportunity to study with the external trainers invited by the school. By providing appropriate trainings, teachers can teach and manage co-curricular activities at school. When the advisory teachers have the knowledge in the club he or she is handling, of course they can make the activities become more interesting and effective at the same time in order to attract students' participation. More students actively participate in co-curriculum activities shows that there is good co-curricular management in school. That's all for the importance of effective management in core curriculum. Let's move to the next presenter.
So, as a conclusion, you guys have know about what is curriculum, what is co-curricular, what is extracurricular, the policy taken, the requirement of effective curriculum learning, and then we have the the standards and regulations from the school boards, the involvement from the outside agencies, and how we work in an efficient managing curriculum. So I hope you guys enjoy with our video presentation, and we see you guys in the next lesson. Bye.